Hi, today we're going to be doing a loose beachy wave. It's not terribly different than my other curling iron tutorials, but it's just going to be sort of a softer curl with more of the ends left out and my hair sectioned a little bit differently. So what I have here is just this bottom section that's down, and then the top section, which is from about my temples up, all clipped up. If you have thicker hair than me, you might want to still divide into 3 sections, but maybe take a bigger section with each curl. And if you have thinner hair than me, still do kind of the same sectioning that I do. So we're going to start on the left side. I'm still using my 1-inch curling iron, but I'm not going to twist it in as close to my scalp. And then we're just going to slowly kind of feed the hair through, leaving out approximately 1.5 inches, and then sort of doing a little, how would I describe that? Sort of using your pointer finger to loosen the iron as you drop the curl. My cat decided to leave. Guess I'm too boring for him. Okay, so we'll keep working our way around. You can see I'm not tightening it in as close to my scalp as I have been in the other tutorials. I'm just feeding the hair through. Checking, I've got a little bit more to go. And then we're going to let that down. The back is always the hardest part. So for ease sake and to make sure I get a good curl, I'm going to put that in. I'm going to take a little bit of a thinner section in terms of the up and down thinness, but still not hold it in there for very long. Okay. Always comb through your section before you curl. I know I say that in every video, but it's very important. And do one more over here. I haven't put any kind of hairspray or any product on my hair dry. The only thing that's in my hair is a Quaj uplifting foam, which I sprayed in at my roots when my hair was wet, and then I blew it dry just by holding my head upside down and running a paddle brush through it. If your hair is extremely resistant to curl, and for example the setting curls tutorial that I've done works really well for you, you can kind of add that technique in with this one by just slipping a clip in loosely, like that, instead of wrapping it all the way in and holding it against your head. That way you can still have kind of the loose beachy wave. Okay, so now we're going to let down this top section, which is bigger than my other top sections that I've done in the past, and take a wider section than what I've done in the past. And again, not go as close to the root as I have been. So we're going to start right at about there. Now the top section of my hair curls much easier than the bottom section, partially because it's more colored than the bottom section. I usually leave about 2 inches of my natural color below my foils, and colored hair just responds to heat better, so I don't have to hold them for quite so long at the top. The more you curl your hair, the more you'll notice patterns in it. For example, my resistance section over there, which I'll never be able to figure out, but it's there. So you can see that's a pretty decently sized section for a small curling iron. That's intentional because I don't want a really tight ringlet. If you have a larger curling iron, maybe do sections a little bit smaller than what I'm doing. Or if you want an even softer wave, just go ahead and take sections a little bit larger than your curling iron. I will surely leave out a straight piece back there, but I'll come back and get to it. Make sure your ends are sticking out. and then twist. Wish I had an interesting story to tell you during this downtime, but I don't. And normally my cat starts meowing, but maybe he's tired today. Okay, so since I've parted my hair pretty much on the left, my right side is thicker than my left side because I have more hair over here. So what I do here is take this section and do that in a curl, and then I'll divide that in about 2 sections. This works well for me anyway because this is the side of my hair that really doesn't respond to curl as well as my left side. So by breaking it up even further, it helps that heat get on that section so it curls for me. One little straight guy in there. Okay, so now we've got kind of a triangle section here. I'm going to divide off that and curl that away. And then I've got this pretty long front section here. So the easiest thing for me to do is just divide that in half again. So you can see I'm curling a lot more on my right side. Just make sure if you do this, since the sections are smaller, the heat is going to penetrate to the hair easier than a really thick section over here. So you don't need to hold your curling iron in there as long. So you can see I got a pretty similar curl, but I didn't hold it in there for nearly as long. And then this top section. If you don't have bangs, you just curl all your hair away from your face, and if you do, I just kind of flat iron those and push those to the side. Alrighty. That guy needs a little love right there. We're going to pick him up. Got another straight piece somewhere in there. That'll probably blend in okay, so we'll leave that. Pardon my outgrowth. It's time for color. Okay, got a little twist in there. Okay, so now after your hair's been curled, I like to use this dry texturizing spray from Birchbox. It's by Oribe, or Oribe. I'm not even actually sure how to say it. But I love my Birchbox, and they sent me this, and it's a great, can also be used as dry shampoo, but it's a great texture spray that gives your hair a little bit of, how do I explain, just texture really, a little bit of product residue almost, which is good for separating curls. So what we're going to do is just go through with our fingers and soften the curls. Make sure you don't rake them out too hard because you don't want to completely smooth them out. Okay, kind of smoothed. This is when I'll go through and back comb a little bit. That just helps kind of prevent that action. So we're going to start on top and comb toward the scalp. I'm going to do about 3 sections back here. And then since this is kind of a beachier wave, I don't want to have too much height at my roots, but I do want a little bit of width. So I'm just going to go through and kind of grab this whole section as one and just do a rough tease right under there on both sides. Okay. And kind of take your fingers, very roughly kind of mess it up so it's not too together. So you can see the teasing back here, once I smooth it out, just kind of brought those sections together so you can't see a part back there. Okay, so now it's where we take the texture spray. It's a pretty powerful spray, so maybe hold it away to start, and then you can always add more. You can see what I'm saying. And just kind of spray the ends of the curls. If you want to kind of fluff them up like that, you can do that. Back here, we'll do the same thing. This will not really give your hair much of a hold. If you normally use hairspray like I do, you'll still need hairspray after this. But don't be afraid to kind of put a decent amount of this texture spray in there. And also if you have another type of texture spray, you can use that too. I just like this one. Okay, so we've got a little bit of definition with our curls. You can see the roots are still pretty smooth. And we'll just finish with a little bit of hairspray. These are the days that I kind of wish I didn't have bangs so I could have it just all swooping off my face. But I do like my bangs. Make sure that section is smooth together, and hairspray will help hold that together too. Finish with a little bit more hairspray back here. So you can see this whole time I'm really kind of putting my hands in my hair because I want to loosen up those curls quite a bit and kind of make them look lived in. You can see even hairstylists struggle with the part up there. But a concentrated spray of hairspray will help that. Okay, so here's kind of a loose, beachy, messy wave for you. If you want even softer curls than this, you could comb through the curl after you curl it, or take an even larger section than I did when you start. So have fun with it. You can put a little headband in or pull a little piece and clip it out of your face, or just wear it down like I am. If you have any questions, be sure to check my blog or visit my frequently asked questions page.